So glad you're here. A new background. I thought I'd switch it up today. In today's video, I am going to be spilling the beans, giving you all the secrets on where and how to find the best vintage pieces for your home. If you don't already know, my husband and I have an online vintage shop called Tazori, aka the name of this channel. It started as a vintage shop, but is slowly becoming more than that. Over the past 2 years, we have learned the best tactics when it comes to finding vintage at a great price. So we're spilling the secrets because everybody's always asking me, where do you find your pieces? How do you find these pieces? And I want to let you in on the secret because I want you guys to have beautiful pieces and find them for a steal like we do. So let's get to it.
Hey friends, quick plug. If you sign up for our newsletter on our website, we will send you our free vintage sourcing guide with all the tips from this video and more in PDF format. Link in the description below. Now back to the video.
Okay, category number 1 is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace and I have a love-hate relationship, and if you have spent much time on this platform, you understand what I'm saying. Half of the pieces in our home are from Facebook Marketplace. We've found such success on it. However, it is also a place where dreams are crushed. No joke. People are flaky, okay? And you have to go into this like hunting on Facebook Marketplace with the mentality that the piece is not yours until it's in your car and you're driving away. So that would be my number 1 tip to you, is do your best to not get attached to pieces. Hold things loosely, because people will say, yeah, it's yours, pick up at this time, and then all of a sudden they're like, sorry, sold. And you're like, what? So anyways, save yourself the tears, hope for the best, expect the worst kind of thing. You understand? Tip number 2, when you do your settings on Facebook Marketplace, you can put like your area. I'm not exactly sure what the default miles is. I feel like it might be around 20-mile radius from your area. Make that radius a lot larger. We have ours on like between 100 and 200 miles. We do this because there are certain pieces that are worth driving a few hours for, right? You're not gonna drive a few hours for a lamp, probably, depending on the lamp. But you might be willing to drive a few hours for like the couch of your dreams or the massive statement mirror of your dreams. So that's the first thing. Expand that radius, branch out, extend the horizon. Tip number 3, which is really important. If you are asking if something is available, but you know based off of the photos and the description that you want this piece and you're serious about it, tell them in your initial message, hi, is this available? I can pick up at this day and this time. Sometimes people, if they're selling things for a great deal, they'll get like 30 potential buyers asking, is this available? Is this available? If you're the one person who says, is this available? I can pick up at this day and this time, that's signaling to them, oh, it can be out by this time. It's a certainty of sorts. So it shows them that you're serious about it, and it helps them to get their old furniture out faster. That makes you a better buyer for them. Also, if you really want a piece and don't want to lose it, you can ask if they will take a deposit over Venmo or Zelle. I've done this in the past where I really wanted a piece and I wanted to make sure they didn't sell it to someone else, so I offered a deposit so they knew, okay, she is coming, she is buying this, she already sent me the money. Obviously, make sure you get their address first before Zelling them. Photos can be so deceiving, so make sure you ask for extra photos. Even if they don't receive money in those forms, it will show that you're serious and they don't have to worry about you flaking out and like ghosting them. I think we're on tip number 4, and tip number 4 is to save pieces on Facebook Marketplace that you love, even if they're out of your budget. Say you're looking for a vintage marble coffee table, okay? And you find one, but it's $2,000 and that's out of your price range. Still save it, because that's gonna help the Facebook algorithm and it's gonna start showing you pieces like that. Last tip, tip number 5, is don't be afraid to negotiate the price on a piece. If a piece has been up for a week, 2 weeks, it's likely that the seller is going to want to get it out and be willing to sell it for a lower price. So definitely don't be afraid to ask. That being said, if a piece is like freshly posted and it's already a great deal and you know you want it, don't try to get a couple more bucks off, because I guarantee you there's going to be plenty other buyers going in at asking price, and if somebody's coming in at asking price, another person is trying to get 15 bucks off, you're going to go with the person who's going at asking price. It's a no-brainer. All right, so that's Facebook Marketplace. Let's move on to estate sales. If a piece in our home isn't from Facebook Marketplace, it's probably from an estate sale. I love estate sales. There's something so like competitive about it, which I personally tend to enjoy. The first day of an estate sale, people line up, you get numbers. Like, I get butterflies in my stomach if I'm there the first day waiting in line, because you've seen the photos, you know what to expect, and you're like, where are these pieces in the house? You're gonna have to hunt for it. I find my estate sales at estatesales.net. You can go onto this website, type in your area, and they're gonna show you all the estate sales in your area. Tip number 1, always bring cash. You will have a much better chance of getting discounts if you bring cash to estate sales. Tip number 2, some estate sales are very expensive. You will learn this as you go to more and see repeat companies doing different estate sales and get a feel for what companies have better prices than others. But across the board, the last day of a sale, they always do discounts, and most of them are all 50% off. I've done this several times where I'll go the first day, get like my must-have pieces, and then come back the last day for pieces that I would love but I wasn't willing to pay that price for, and it's all 50% off. Tip number 3, you can message the estate sale company, usually their number is in the description, and ask them beforehand, hey, I'm interested in this piece but I'm coming from a far distance. Can you let me know around what price you're going to be asking for this? Each time I've done it, I've gotten the answer I needed, and it either saves you the time or it gives you assurance like, yes, I should be going to this. Next category, antique shops. Antique shops can be pretty overwhelming, so let's just get right into it. Tip number 1, which Andrew has taught me, my husband, have a system. I am like a dog distracted by a squirrel sometimes when I go into an antique shop. Most of the time, it's a pretty big space with a bunch of tiny vendors with lots of little knickknacks hidden. It's like bursting out the seams. So oftentimes I've walked in and something will catch my eye and I'll go in that direction. Another thing will catch my eye, I'll go in the other direction. When you do that, it is very easy to lose track of which booths you've been to. You end up spending a lot more time. I suggest being strategic, keep like focused, and have like a plan. That's the main tip for that one. And then the only other tip is bring cash again, because they pretty much always offer discounts if you have cash. All right, next one, online auctions. These are fun and also dangerous. If you're an impulsive personality like Andrew, I suggest don't do auctions. It's so easy to spend a lot more than you wanted to when you're in an auction, because it's just like little by little. Oh my goodness, like, oh, it's only $5 more, and soon enough you're like $1,000 over what you originally intended to spend. So be careful, be cautious. Tip number 1 is don't be impulsive. Decide what your max bid is, enter it, surrender it, and it'll be what it'll be. That's my suggestion. By the way, I should tell you where to find auctions. I go on liveauctioneers.com. There's several others, and you can look up specific items that you're looking for, which is so nice because you can just look for a piece you're looking for and then see where it's at all over the country. Obviously, it's going to cost more to ship, but that's an option too. Another tip is a reminder, just like we told you with Facebook Marketplace. Make sure you're reading the description and looking at the photos. Photos can truly be very deceiving, and you want to make sure you know exactly what you're buying. I think this is tip number 3 or tip number 4, I don't know. But there is usually a 28% buyer's premium on auctions. So just when you're thinking about your max bid, think about that extra 28% being added to that price, because that's what you're gonna actually be spending. Last tip, and I want you to learn from my mistakes, make sure you're registered for the auction you're bidding in, and also that all of your bank info is entered before bidding. Sometimes I've come like close to the end of a bid, like close to when it was closing, and I bid a certain price, but then my bank information wasn't entered, so I had to feverishly enter it, and I lost the piece because I couldn't enter it fast enough. So just learn from me. Online auctions are a great source for all you moms who have a lot of children and don't have the liberty to like go out and buy things. You can still like hunt from the comfort of your home. Flea markets. Flea markets are one of my favorite ways to shop for vintage. It's just so fun to be outside. It's like the best outdoor Saturday day activity. Tip number 1, bring cash. Tip number 2, there aren't always prices on specific pieces at flea markets. A lot of people just have their stuff laying out and you ask them the price on things. So if you see a lot of things you want, I suggest kind of like putting them all together and asking them and making a pile and asking them, what would you take for the whole lot? Because you will usually get a much better deal that way. If they know you're buying more, they'll give you a better deal than if you're buying just one piece. Tip number 3, bring a foldable wagon. I don't have one of these, but I should literally order one right now. I'll do it after the video. When you're at a flea market, it's always really frustrating when your arms are full, but you're trying to look at pieces and you have to constantly go back to your car to unload the items. Bring a foldable wagon, like one of those foldable, there's a better word for it. Collapsible wagon, that's another term for it. Anyways, that's gonna help you. Then you can go on your merry way and not have to go back to the car and have your hands free for searching. Last tip, watch out for creepy men. There's always a couple of them at flea markets and really in the antique business in general. There's some creepy men. Watch out for them. Ladies, keep an eye out. Last but not least, online vintage shops. Okay, there are so many wonderful Instagram shops, Etsy shops, and vendors selling through sites like Cherish and First Dibs. Now, a lot of these are not where you're gonna find the best prices, but you're gonna find great prices, others are gonna be more expensive. Some of our favorite Instagram shops are Charon Studio, Dream Sequency NY, and Requiem Collection. Those are just like 3. And we love so many of them. A lot of these shops will sell through Instagram. Some others sell through sites but promote through Instagram, like us. Ours is at Shop Tazori. We promote through our Instagram, but we have a website, shoptazori.com, that we sell through. These shops typically release new collections weekly or bi-weekly, so there's always something fresh and new. All right, you guys, that is all of our best tips for you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. Let us know in the comments what are your favorite places to source for vintage and antique pieces for your home. Also, if you don't have the time or the resources to source pieces for your home, we privately source for clients through our website, so make sure to head over to our website and contact us through the contact form or DM us on Instagram. We'd be more than happy to search for pieces for your home for you. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Ciao. Oh, Andrew's calling me. Say hi.
Oh, you're funny. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.